All right, this is cause number 23, DCCR 1542, and sir, are you Augusta Simon?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Simon was previously in court and entered a plea of guilty to the first-degree felony offense of murder. The agreement was for a cap of 40 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. I've received the...
Before anything else even starts, this case is already heavy. A guilty plea. Murder. 40 years on the table. No trial, no debate over facts. Just the question of how much damage has already been done and whether anything said in this courtroom can ever balance it out.
Good morning, ma'am. If you'll raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You can have a seat right up here.
Ms. Morris, do you understand why we're here today?
Yes, sir.
And this all came from an incident that occurred on the early morning hours of September 9th, 2023 here in Beaumont.
Yes, sir.
Where were you at?
The parking lot.
Okay. And what kind of business was that?
I guess more like a lounge.
It had just reopened. It used to be Luke's Ice House, is that right?
Right, it had just opened.
And so this was first couple of nights that it had been open.
Yes, sir.
Was it crowded?
Yes, sir.
What time did it start to shut down?
Between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. Somewhere.
While you were there, did you associate with Leroy Smith?
Yes, sir.
How did you know him?
Friends from middle school.
So you've known him a long time.
Right.
How would you describe his demeanor that night?
I mean, he was pretty normal, excited to be out, enjoying the crowd. He's very friendly, people person. He was just being himself, and we was just enjoying the new, yes, sir.
Did he seem like he was in a good mood?
Yes, sir.
Did you see him have any words or arguments or any kind of harsh interactions with anybody at the club that day?
No, sir.
Did you hang out with him quite a bit?
Yes, sir.
When the club closed or when y'all left, did you go out with him?
Yes, sir.
And which way did y'all exit? How many exits were there?
It's only one exit. When we exit, we went to the left.
Okay. What is to the left?
The parking lot, and there is an alley that leads to the parking lot across the street.
Okay, so there was parking on right behind the building, but also parking across the street.
Right.
You notice anything unusual when y'all left and went to the left?
No, sir.
At some point, where were y'all going?
He was looking for his ride.
Y'all weren't leaving together, y'all just were walking out together.
Right.
Did he see his ride in that parking lot?
No, sir.
What did y'all do at that point?
At that point, we came back across through the alley that leads to the parking lot.
Okay.
Going back like towards the actual parking lot.
All right, everybody still in a good mood?
Right.
Were there a lot of people exiting at that time?
I didn't hear you.
Were there a lot of people exiting at that time?
Yes,
Was
sir.
it kind of crowded?
Yes, sir.
What happened next?
Once we were walking to the alley, right before we got to the parking lot, that's when someone was walking towards us. And once he was walking towards us, no conversation, no nothing, it was just shots fired.
Okay, now let's stop and explain that more for the judge. Were you paying attention to Leroy?
Right.
Was he paying attention to you?
Right.
Wasn't having a word with anybody?
No.
And there are people walking kind of both ways?
Right.
Somebody walks up to him and started shooting.
Correct.
Shot him.
Correct.
Not shooting at anybody else.
Nothing.
Not a random mistake. Right?
Right.
Wasn't just shooting into the crowd.
Directly at me.
How close was he to him when he first shot?
Like in the chest.
So
Like
point
right
blank
in my
range.
arm, right? Right.
He was this close.
Right.
Did he say anything to him?
No, sir.
Did he just raised the gun and shot?
Right.
Anything? What did you do?
I froze.
Were you in shock?
Very.
This was unexpected.
Very.
Did it look like Leroy expected or recognized this person?
Not at all.
Anything unusual happened when he shot him, other than the shooting itself?
No, sir.
Was he looking at Leroy Smith?
Yes, sir.
Did he say anything to him as he shot him or after he shot him?
No, sir.
Did he ever look at you?
Yes, sir.
When did he look at you?
While shooting.
So
Me and Leroy were side by side.
how close were you to him? I mean, were y'all shoulder to
Shoulder to
shoulder?
shoulder.
And he walks up and just immediately shoots the guy standing just a couple of feet from you.
Correct.
And then as he shoots, did Leroy fall immediately?
After the last couple of shots, he immediately fell.
So when was Mr. Simon looking at you?
While shooting him. It was, while doing it, he was looking at both of us. But it was like, once he fell, it was like he was just looking at me. 'Cause I was the last to see.
What kind of look did he have on his face?
It's like a staring eyes.
Was it like did you feel threatened by him looking you in the eyes as he's shooting Leroy Smith?
Well, of course, yeah, I was scared.
And in fact, you're a little afraid to be here to testify today, aren't you?
Right.
After he shot Mr. Smith, what did he do?
Took off running
Which direction?
towards the parking lot area that's inside the parking lot.
So he ran, y'all were coming from that direction.
Right, so he turned
shoots
around and ran.
and then ran. What did you do?
After that, I ran inside to notify somebody, and by that time, that's when the police were walking up to the area.
Did you ever see Leroy Smith talking to Augustus Simon that night?
No, sir.
Did you ever even notice Augustus Simon until he walked up and shot Leroy Smith?
No, sir.
Was this, in your mind, unprovoked?
This part is hard to listen to because it's so sudden. No argument, no warning, no fight. Just a man walking with his friend, looking for a ride home, and then gunshots. When the witness says the shooter looked her in the eyes while pulling the trigger, that's not chaos. That's a choice. And that detail matters legally and morally.
Is that correct?
That's correct, I am.
Yes, ma'am, you are. Would you describe for the court Leroy's personality?
To know him is to love him. He was good kid growing up. We was both kids. I had Leroy when I was 13 years old. He was a good father, good friend, good brother. He's my oldest child, my firstborn. He was the type of person that even if you was to have any kind of conflict with him to fight, he would walk away from the fight. He would resolve the fight with no fight. That's not who he was. He was loving. He was kind. He was a good all-around person.
Was he a gentle soul
He was a gentle soul.
who wasn't combative? He didn't fight, didn't fist fight,
He
didn't
fist
argue?
fight. He might have argued, but we're not all perfect. I mean, he probably would have argued with you, but he would have never started a conflict. It might have been an argument over something y'all might disagree with, but it would have never been a fight behind the argument.
You couldn't see him putting hands on somebody
No.
for just what they said.
No. That's not a record that could say he's even fought. He hasn't. He doesn't have fights. He doesn't physically have altercations like that. People walk away from an altercation before he would fight somebody.
What was his family life like at the time that he passed?
He's the father of 6 children. He was in school and he worked. He had his own little business, a small business, a pressure washing business. So his family life was home with his kids and his children and out with his friends. That's it.
And he was 29 years old?
No, my son was 30.
He was 30.
He was on his way to be 31.
Did he do everything he could to provide for his kids and take care of them?
He did.
And he worked at pressure washing. So
Yes, and he worked in the plant too because he was going to school to be an engineer
where was he going to school at?
in Lamar.
How has his death impacted you?
tormented. That was my son, my firstborn child. I have to hold everything together with even grief. Grief never go away. Grief only get lighter. It's heavy. But my children took it very hard. That was their big brother. His children, I have them all the time. They suffer even with nightmares, about their dad being gone. They don't understand. It's not easy when you lose a child. It's very hard. He wasn't ready. He loved life. And I just feel like his life was cut so short for no reason. He loved life. I can't even see him in agreement with the fact that he's gone, we can't help it. When we gone, we gone. But I just know that he wanted to live. He didn't want to die. And that's what hurt the most. That he wanted to raise his children. He wanted to be a good father. He was a good son too. He called me every day and asked him what's doing. We had a really good relationship. He's very humble. A humble person, period.
This is where the courtroom stops being about statutes and sentencing ranges. This is a mother talking about her firstborn. 6 kids who will never hear their dad's voice again. People throw around the word victim like it's abstract, but this is what it actually looks like. Generations affected by one moment.
Good morning, ma'am. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. You can have a seat.
And how were you related to Leroy Smith?
It's my big brother.
How was your relationship with him?
Everything. Everything. That was my big brother. I watched him do everything first. I watched him graduate first. I watched him go to college. I watched him do everything first. So that was my motivation.
Did he give you a good example
Yes,
of the way he lived his life?
Yes, he did.
Did you try to emulate the things that he did?
Yes.
How has this affected you and your family?
It has affected us mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. He is not here. My brother is not going to come back. And at the end of the day, when you're going through something like this, it's not a time limit. We grieve every single day. It don't matter how long ago it feel like it just happened to somebody else. It's like it just happened to us. And when you grow up with somebody every day in your life, like a sibling relationship, that's one of the most greatest relationships. Our parents kind of joined us a little too late, but when you grow up with somebody every single day in your life, and they just took it, it's not right. So yes, it has a tremendous impact on us. And I'm an officer for the state of Texas too. And my brother, he wasn't there to be able to watch me walk across that state to become a sergeant for the state of Texas. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what's done is done. But
Is there anything else you'd like the judge to know about your brother?
he was an amazing person. He loved his family. He loved his kids. He got 6 kids that's here by himself. He was the #1 provider for them. My brother had a pressure washer business and he was in school. He had a whole life to live. He still has so much greatness to do in this world. Ain't nobody God. You're not God to determine whether you're going to give somebody life or take life away from them. His journey and his path that God still had over his life, it was cut short. So no, he's not here to finish the work that he still has done.
When the sister speaks, you hear something different. Not just grief, but interruption. A life that was supposed to keep going, motivating others, setting examples. That's what violence really steals. Not just today, but every tomorrow that never comes.
Mr. Simon, be sure and speak loudly and clearly and into that microphone so everybody can hear you. Go ahead.
The police report for the record again. Can you state your name?
Augusta Simon.
And make sure you speak up, Augusta, okay? Augusta, you were present or you pled guilty to this offense, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You accepted responsibility?
Yes, sir.
You didn't put the state to a trial, correct?
No, sir. I mean, yeah.
During your interview, you used words like it was a mistake, that you shouldn't have done what you did. Can you explain what you mean by that it was a mistake?
I took actions and I just made a mistake, and I do apologize to the family for what I did. And I wish things would have turned out different. I do sincerely apologize.
Well, you had a gun, right?
Yes, sir.
You had been drinking, as reported in your PSI report, and also smoking marijuana. Think it was the best decision that you made in order to carry a firearm when you were partying?
It was the worst decision I ever made.
And now you realize what your actions did in reference to what happened to Mr. Smith's family. 6 kids, a loving family, sister, her mom. What do you have to say to them?
I just really want y'all to know that I apologize. I really do apologize. Y'all might not feel that I'm coming from a place I might not sincere, but I really do apologize. I made a mistake, and I asked for y'all forgiveness. I've asked the Lord for forgiveness. I just want y'all to forgive me as well.
When a defendant says mistake, it lands wrong. Not because apologies don't matter. They do, but because language matters. A mistake is accidental. This was intentional. That difference is everything in criminal law.
Mr. Simon, this is a big mistake, right?
Yes, sir.
When you use that word, I think of a mistake, I think of I went to get a haircut, and I parked, and there was a brick planter, and I parked outside of this planter, and there was a car parked up there, and they went to back out, and I thought, surely they'll see my truck. It's tall, it's way over what they're gonna be able to, they can't miss it. 17-year-old kid backs out of that spot directly into my truck. That's what I think of when I think of a mistake. A mistake is not pulling out a gun, shooting an unarmed man who hasn't said or done anything to provoke you. That's not a mistake. That's murder. Those words start with M, but they're completely different things.
The prosecutor says it plainly. Mistakes and murder are not the same word for a reason. And this is where accountability shows up. Not yelling, not theatrics. Just the truth spoken directly to the person responsible.
First, I want to thank all of you for being here from Mr. Smith's family. Mr. Simon, Mr. Burbank has done an excellent job for you because 40 years is probably not enough. But I understand why people make decisions, and I understand why this has been offered, and it saved people from going to trial. And I appreciate that you did that, and I'm sure they do somewhat. But any kudos you get for not going to trial, you got for that 40-year deal. Your lack of respect for any rules, for any authority, and for human life is just unacceptable. All of you kids running around thinking carrying guns and just shooting is the way to resolve anything is unacceptable. It's crazy. It's like the Wild West out there. I'm going to carry a gun. I'm going to go to a bar. I get in a beef with somebody. Let's just kill them. Let's just shoot up the whole place. I mean, it's crazy. And if you were really sorry and you really want to be a role model, then I would not have 12 pages of this nonsense of what you've been doing in our jail. And I know you've probably heard from the other ones that are coming back from court how upset I'm getting over this, because these people are just going and trying to do their job. They go to work every day and they have to deal with the stupid crap y'all are giving them. The names, the disrespect, the I don't have to do anything. It's ridiculous. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of murder, sentence you to a term of 40 years in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You do receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm going to hand you two things. One is your certification of right to appeal. This is a plea bargain. I followed it, so you cannot appeal and change your mind after today. I'm also handing you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. You're still young enough to where on this sentence you'll be out at some point probably, unless you get yourself killed in prison for acting like you've been acting in jail. But if you do what you say you do and you try to get right and get out, you will not be able to possess a firearm because of this judgment. And if you do, charges could be filed against you. Firearm is a legal term. You should read that written admonishment I provide.
40 years doesn't bring anyone back. It doesn't fix the nightmares, the empty chairs, or the unanswered questions. But the sentence sends a message. Carrying a gun into everyday life and pulling it in anger isn't bad luck. It's a decision with permanent consequences.